today we are going to study about different larvae that are found in echinoderms. Most of the echinoderm they shows indirect development include one or more larva stages. So we will study these larvae according to the class. So let us revise the classification. Echinoderm divided into two subphyla, Elythrozoa, Palmatozoa. Elythrozoa is further contains the Elythrozoa contains four classes: Asteroidea, Ophiroidea, Echinoidea and Holothuroidea. So we will study the larvae that are found in the life history of the members belonging to Asteroidea, Ophiroidea, Echinoidea, Holothuroidea and the last Crinoidea. So in Asteroidea we get to see three larval stages, that is Diplurula, Bipinnaria and Brachyolaria. In Ophiroidea we see Ophiopluteus or Pluteus larva. In Echinoidea we see Echinopluteus larva. In Holothuroidea we see Auricularia and Doliolaria larva, and in Crinoidea we see crinoid larva, also known as pentacrinoid. Okay, so these are the different larvae that we are going to study in this lecture. As we have already studied the life history of starfish and the three larvae that are found in its life history, that's Diplurula larva. This first picture is depicting. Then 4 and 5 picture is showing Bipinnaria larva, and next picture is showing this Brachyolaria larva. So we have already covered these three larvae. I won't be repeating this. And after the Asteroidea, next class is Ophiroidea class that contains the larva Pluteus or Ophiopluteus larva. So we'll study. This is the Ophiopluteus larva, figure 9. So it is conical in shape, as you can see, and preoral lobe, it is small in size. There are 4 pair of arms that are present. They are preoral arm, postoral arm, anterior lateral arm and posterior dorsal arm. So these are the 4 pair of arms that are present. Posterior dorsal arms are the longest one, and they may be absent in some. So these arms are supported by calcareous rods, skeleton of calcareous rods. And this Ophiopluteus, these rods are present in all the arms. This Ophiopluteus larva, it continues to swim during metamorphosis and there is no fixed stage. And when it gets sink to the bottom, it takes the adult form of life. Okay, next larva is Ophiopluteus larva. That is found in the member of the Ophiroidea class. This is the Ophiopluteus. Next larva is Echinopluteus, that belongs to class Echinoidea. So preoral lobe is there. Let me focus this figure. Okay, preoral, this is a preoral arm and it is reduced and the arms are slender and they all are directed forward. Again the same case, these arms are also supported by calcareous rod-like structure that gives extra strength to the arms. There are 6 pair of arms that are generally present in this larva. It may be 5 or 4, maybe 1 or 2 pair is reduced sometimes. So what are the main 6 pair of arms that are present in this larva? Okay, preoral arm, then anterior lateral arm, then this postoral arm, anterior dorsal arm, posterior dorsal arm and this posterior lateral arm. Sometimes this posterior lateral arm is absent and sometimes this anterior dorsal arm is also absent if there are 5 or 4 pair only. So the ciliated bone band, it is present all over the arm. Echinopluteus larva, they also do the same thing. They sink to the bottom and undergoes very rapid metamorphosis that just takes about an hour, and it gets changed into the adult form its adult is formed within an hour. When this larva, it starts sinking to the bottom of the ocean. So next larva is larvae that are found in the life history of Holothuroidea class. So there are 2 larvae that are mainly found in this member of this class, that is Auricularia larva and Doliolaria larva. So we will start with the Auricularia larva. Okay, this third figure is showing Auricularia larva. it has a large preoral lobe like the bipinnaria. It possesses these short processes at the back. That is why the name auricularia. And same thing, these lobes, they are supported by calcareous. These processes or the lobes, you can say, they are supported by the calcareous ring spherostars. Ciliated band is single here also, and it is present all over. And auricularia larva. So this is auricularia larva. It gets transformed into the another larva, that is Doliolaria larva. So Doliolaria, this is Doliolaria larva. So this Doliolaria larva, it is, you know, barrel shape. As you can see, it is barrel shape. The ciliated band which was undivided in that, it becomes segmented. So these are the segmented ciliary bands that are present on its body. And the auricularia larva, when gets elongated and the ciliated band gets divided into 5 or 6 segments on its body, this forms the Doliolaria. This is the structure of Doliolaria larva. With these modifications, it gets changed from auricularia to Doliolaria larva. So in this, metamorphosis takes place gradually during free swimming life. And tentacles, they appear earlier than the functional tube feet. And metamorphosis, when this larva, it starts metamorphosis and it gets changed into the adult form, it is called pentacula larva at that stage of life. So the young sea cucumber, when ready, it gets sink to the bottom and it starts assuming the, so when it is sinking in the bottom of the sea, at the bottom of the sea, it starts getting metamorphosed into the adult, and when it reaches to the bottom, the adult form is formed and it starts living as an adult life. Sometimes in some members there may be only one stage in the members of this class Holothuroidea. There may be direct Doliolaria stage, there is no auricularia stage, or it is also possible there is both of these stages are absent and Holothuroidans are directly formed from the zygote. And after this, the last is Crinoidea larva, that is found in the life history of crinoid larva, that is found in the life history of crinoids. This is the picture of crinoid larva, and it is also called Doliolaria larva. It is, as you can see, this is a picture, so you can see that it looks barrel shaped, and at the anterior end it bears apical tuft that arises from the apical plate. Okay. And it has a mid-ventral adhesive pit over here. And okay, this is the structure of this crinoid larva, also known as Doliolaria larva, and it is barrel shaped, bearing a tuft arising from the apical plate. Stomodium is there, adhesive pit is there, and these are the ciliated rings are present. Between first and second, or second and third ciliated rings, there is vestibule present. So after a short free swimming life, this Doliolaria larva, that is found in the life history of Crinoidea class members, it gets settled down to the bottom and attaches itself to some object. So it gets settled down to the bottom and gets attached to some substrate. Okay, and then it undergoes metamorphosis, and this, when it gets fixed to the substratum, it gets attached to the bottom to some substratum, it appears like this. So there is a basal disc over here, and from here a stalk is formed from which the structure arises, and their arms, they project out from the center part. So at this stage it is known as pentacrinoid larva. And as you can see, it resembles a sea lily that consists of a stalk and a crown, from which these arms, they are protruding out, and then it gets developed into the adult form. So these are the two larval, not two actually, this is the only one larval stage, that is Doliolaria larva. It is barrel shaped initially, and when it starts getting metamorphosed into the adult, it sinks to the bottom, takes this shape when it is metamorphosing into the adult, and finally it forms the adult. So these are the different larvae that are found in the life history of echinoderms. Just revise, let us revise. The larvae that are found in the first class, that is Asteroidea class, 3 larvae, Diplerula larva, Bipinnaria larva, and and Brachylaria larva. Then Ophiuroidea, Ophiopluteus larva or Pluteus larva is found in Echinoidea class. It's Echinopluteus larva. In Holothuroidea, there are 2 larvae, Auricularia and Doliolaria, and this in Crinoidea class, there is 1 larva, crinoid larva, also known as pentacrinoid. And okay, these are the larval stages that are found in the life history of echinoderms.